Zoning Board of here this evening, April 4th, for our monthly recommendation meeting. We have just a couple of items on the agenda this evening. But before I begin, I want to acknowledge that all the members are here and present with the exception of Ms. Anderson.
I am traveling out of town on business.
Okay, well, that's a good cause to appear remotely, so we'll proceed and you'll participate remotely, including the ability to vote remotely. So with that, we have 3 items of minutes to be approved from prior meetings. Those are the minutes of the 2402 Pinnacle at Myers transcript of February 22, 2024. The recommendation meeting from March 7 of 2024, and the Cermak Builders LLC meeting minutes for March 21, 2024. May I ask for a motion to approve those minutes?
Move to approve as presented.
I'll second that. Motion done by Mr. Ketter, second by Mr. Moran. Any discussion on those motions? All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You're not opposed. The motion to approve the minutes is carried. And then I have, let's dispose of 2 cases. We have the Pinnacle at Myers case, which is 2402. That's a York Township petition. There's a request to defer that made by the petitioner until our May 2nd, 2024 recommendation meeting. So can I just ask for a quick staff update on reasons behind that request, and also similarly the request to continue 2406, the Cermak Builders petition, same request to defer until May 2. Can we have just a sentence or two as to the rationale?
Sure. On both, on the property, the Cermak Builders, the petitioner would like to have a amended public hearing to amend his zoning petition based on discussion that was had at the last public hearing. Relative to the Myers Road project, the petitioner is also looking to potentially amend their petition, do some new information and possibly some additional land for the project.
So will they, if we're going to have new public hearings, that means there have been substantial changes, or there will be proposed substantial changes. Are we going to have a republication? Because we're not going to take public hearings on May 2nd, right?
That's correct.
So we'll just consider this matter on May 2nd and then likely defer it again until it's published for a new public hearing.
It's quite possible, yes. But in both instances, that new information has not been submitted to staff yet. It's only possible, but we want to hold the opportunity up to keep this record open.
Fine, that makes sense to me, but let's see if it makes sense to the rest of the board. So do I have a motion to defer 2402, the Pinnacle at Myers case? Motion by Mr. Ketter, second by Mr. Schultz. All in favor of the motion to defer Pinnacle, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so that matter is deferred. And separately, the 2406 Cermak Builders Naperville case. Do I have a motion to defer on that case? May 2. Motion again by Mr. Ketter, and seconded by Mr. Schultz. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
And any opposed? The motion passes. Those 2 matters will be heard as likely just a status update on May 2nd at 5:30. And it will be I think in the cafeteria, as I understand, so it'll be held right here. And that takes us to the 009, the Wax Sweets case this evening. That is a conditional use to operate an indoor kennel in a general business zoning district. Have the motion on that, please. Mr. Murphy makes a motion to approve subject to the various conditions. Is there a second on the motion?
You know, I'll second it with the proviso that we put up a 1 year revisiting on this presentation. As he jumped around. And I don't even know, we should put a cap on the number. It's one minute it was 10, then it was 50, and then it could go to 130. I think we've got to put a cap on that too as a condition.
On the number of dogs.
Yes.
Any other comments? Let me just indicate, the motion is made by Mr. Murphy and seconded by Mr. Ketter, but Mr. Ketter suggests an amendment to the motion. So let's resolve with Mr. Murphy whether the amendment. Let's flesh this out through discussion, but first I have to get Mr. Murphy to concur the amendment to the motion. Yes, okay. Mr. Ketter, do you want to discuss that further or you want others to remark?
Well, I guess I would put it in 10 during the week and it going up to maybe 50 because he said that would be the maximum. And I think we'll revisit it in a year because I went back and read this. I remember the presentation, we were bouncing around in there. So I'd say, let's try it and see how it goes and revisit.
Well, I concur with that. I think my observation is that we have a dog lover that wants to start a business. And the presentation indicated that there's some real questions about the not the viability of the business, but the way that that business will be operated. So while I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to the petitioner, I too would like to do this on a trial basis of 1 year. And then let the petitioner come back, let the neighbors come back, tell us whether there's difficulties, see if the county experiences any difficulties. And then if the petitioner chooses to come back after a year, then we consider further relief. As to the number of dogs, I have no idea what the right number is to be. 50 dogs is a lot of dogs. Well, for a startup.
I think that, you know, I probably should clarify. He said 50 dogs around Christmas, Thanksgiving, the holidays, not during the normal week. So maybe clarify it further, up to 50 dogs on Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving.
How in the world is the county going to monitor the? I don't know how we do. If that's appropriate, then that's fine. Does anybody else have a comment, Mr. Schultz?
Yeah, I think 50 dogs is probably doable, and since it's not going to be an ongoing, like it's always gonna be 50 dogs, I'm less concerned about that. And also, since we're having them come back in a year, we'll be able to make a determination if 50 dogs is too many because we'll have the experience of what went on. So I think that's a good way to approach it. I think that's be more than fair to him and lets us kind of keep control of it too.
So then the motion is to grant conditional use subject to the various conditions with the provisions that the limit to the number of dogs would be 50, and that would be a 1 year limit rather than a 5 year time limitation, with the other time limitation items included in that condition. What I mean by that is the A and B items, structure is voluntarily removed or damaged, etc. So is there any further discussion on this motion?
I just want to clarify if I could. So we're gonna change number 2 to 1 year,
Correct?
and then we're gonna stick with number 5 at 50 dogs on holidays.
It doesn't now say on holidays, but
That's, I make a motion. And that's how he was presented.
okay, so then it's on holidays, on in or around holiday seasons.
And I just named the holidays he had thrown out.
No, but I agree with what Barry was saying, the presentation was up and down and here and there. So the 1 year, we can readdress this and we can change that. So we need to.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yeah.
You're saying 50 dogs, shouldn't it be 50 dogs per day? Or because you said holidays, but what if they have a week spring break, which is not associated with a holiday? It could be various times. You're gonna allow more than 50 dogs? So is it 50 or a maximum 50 or what? I'm just confused by the conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The condition in number 5 says that the number of dogs permitted on the subject property at any one time shall not exceed 50 dogs.
Thank you.
Now, it's shall not exceed 50 dogs during various holiday seasons enumerated by Mr. Ketter. Otherwise, it's at 10. Okay, that is the understanding of,
That's fine.
the board. It's fine. Okay, well then, you understand what the motion is, so let's call the roll on the motion.
Member Murphy?
Yes.
Member Cutter?
Aye.
Member Anderson?
Aye.
Member Moran?
Aye.
Member Schultz?
Aye.
Member Rahman?
Aye.
Chairman Corso?
Aye. Well, I indicated that there will be some difficulty in counting these dogs at various times of the year. I have no difficulty in counting the votes with the board. It was 7 in favor and none opposed, and the motion passes. So those are all of the substantive items on the agenda. Now, we have no old business, no new business. Is there any public comment to be read into the record?
There was 2 public comments submitted online. Those will be added to the minutes.
Yeah, did you get that? 2 public comments online, which will be added to the minutes. Very good. There's no further business. We can. Well, I don't see any clamor for public comments here. So I'm being encouraged to solicit public comment. You guys don't. I assume that if you had comments, you would just indicate. Okay, great. Thank you very much. We will adjourn for the